Welcome to Dreamy Tales, your bedtime haven. Prepare to embark on a journey of tranquility and relaxation. I'm here to weave enchanting stories that will gently guide you into a restful night's sleep. Subscribe and let the soothing whispers of Dreamy Tales be your nightly companion. The Legend of Lily and Leo, Guardians of the Forest. Chapter 1. Shadows in the Forest. The sun was beginning its descent in the enchanted forest, bathing the treetops in a burnished golden glow. Lily galloped through the dappled light, enjoying the feeling of the warm air brushing through her silvery mane. She cantered past bushes heavy with dew-kissed blooms, their heady scents perfuming the air. Yet as she looked around at the forest, coming alive for the night, Lily's joy was tempered by a deep unease growing in her heart. She found Leo prowling the outskirts of the forest, his keen eyes scanning the shadowy edges for any signs of disturbance. "Come, my friend," Lily whinnied, nuzzling his mane affectionately. "Let us patrol together and see if we can ease our worries." So the noble duo set off among the whispering trees, alert for anything amiss in their forest home. At first, all seemed peaceful as flickering fireflies took to the dusk and nocturnal creatures emerged for their nightly business. But then, Lily's keen ears caught an odd rustling from a nearby thicket. She and Leo crept closer, the scent of fear rising from the thorns ahead. To their surprise, they discovered a family of rabbits, cowering and trembling as if chased. "Please help us, guardians," cried the mother rabbit. "Something is out there lurking in the shadows. We've never been afraid to walk safely in our wood before." Lily and Leo exchanged grim glances. This was not the first such report they had heard of growing darkness in the forest. Only that very morn, some sparrows had spoken of a strange malaise and deep gloom seeping inexorably through the trees. Now, it seemed their worst fears were justified. As the great friends turned to make their way back to their glen, a chill wind stirred the branches overhead with an ominous groan. Lily bowed her head, wondering if the coming night would bring yet more shadows to their beloved forest home. Leo placed a comforting paw on her shoulder. "Fear not, my friend. We will stand guard and protect all who dwell here from whatever evil may come." But in their hearts, unease had taken root. What forces were at work to make the forest feel less safe with every passing day? Their quest to uncover the truth was only just beginning. Chapter 2. A Mysterious Encounter. The misty dawn was slow to burn away beneath the heavy canopy as Lily and Leo set out once more into the forest. The animals they had conversed with overnight were growing increasingly wary, huddling in their nests and burrows rather than going about their usual morning business. As the noble pair walked, they kept sharp eyes scanning the undergrowth for any signs that could shed light on the deepening shadow. Before long, Lily's keen ears pricked at a faint rustling sound up ahead. She neighed softly and trotted forward, parting the bracken to find a tiny mouse caught in a tangle of thorns. "Oh, dear little one, you're hurt," she nickered gently. "Here, let me help you." Ever compassionate, Lily carefully disentangled the trembling creature's paw from the prickly grasp. Leo sniffed the mouse and nodded reassuringly. "There now, you are free. Can you tell us what happened, small friend?" The mouse took a sip of cool water from Lily's horn before answering in a weak squeak. "I was gathering seeds last night when something startled me, and in my haste to flee, I became entangled. It was too dark to see clearly, but through the branches, I thought I glimpsed a figure all in black, gliding through the shadows. A shiver ran down Lily's spine at this, but she hid her unease and promised the mouse her injury would heal soon under their care. Sure enough, within a few hours' rest, the little paw was mending well. As dawn's rosy light strengthened, the mouse thanked his rescuers and scampered back to his family. But his tale had only deepened the mystery for Lily and Leo. Someone, or something, was stealthily traversing their woodlands under cover of night, and its touch seemed to spread a suffocating pall of gloom wherever it trod. They exchanged troubled looks, knowing their search had become even more urgent. Who, or what, was this cloaked stranger, and how could its dark influence be lifted from the forest? Only by pursuing each clue and confronting the unseen menace could harmony be restored to their precious woodland home. With the mouse's description as their sole lead, Lily and Leo set off once more into the foggy trees. Chapter 3: The Ancient Spirits. As Lily and Leo trekked deeper into the shadowy heart of the forest, an air of melancholy pervaded the drooping treetops. Birdsong had fallen silent, and even the scurry of squirrels seemed subdued. Lily felt her spirit dampening under the strange pall that cloaked the woods. "We must hurry," Leo rumbled grimly. "I fear if this darkness spreads much further, all light may flee from our home forever." Just then, a flicker of movement caught Leo's keen eyes. He motioned to Lily, and together they crept toward a small glade ringed by ancient ash trees. There, curled listlessly among the gnarled roots, Lily glimpsed ethereal shapes, half seen through a shimmering veil that hung in the still air of the glen. She neighed gently in recognition. "Forest spirits, but what has happened to trap you so?" At Lily's call, the wispy forms stirred weakly. "Great guardians, our power fades. A dark one has stolen into our realm. He feasts upon the magic that has sustained these woods through millennia, draining our life force bit by bit each night. Soon, there will be naught left but bare shadows where once grew leaf and flower. You must stop him, ere all light is leached from the land." Lily's heart constricted at the spirit's piteous state. "But have courage," she whinnied softly. "We will not rest until your prison is broken and this evil one is vanquished for good." Leo rumbled in agreement, scenting the astringent tang of malevolent sorcery lingering in the faint miasma around the glade. "Who is this dark trespasser who dares despoil the sacred woods? Tell us all you know, that we may seek him out and defeat his shadowy schemes." Exhausted though they were, the forest spirits summoned what remained of their waning powers. Through the shimmering veil, Lily and Leo saw visions of a tall, hooded figure moving under starlight, his hands aglow with an unholy radiance as he drew the very life force from bark and leaf. "His name is Mordath the Soulbinder. Beware his fell arts, guardians, for he will not relinquish his hold on this land without a fight. You must call upon all your strength, and that of the forest's creatures, if you hope to overcome his shadowy wrath." Chapter 4: A Plan is Formed. Heavy-hearted yet resolved, Lily and Leo made their way swiftly back to their glen. As they emerged from the darkened trees, a clamor of anxious voices greeted them. All the creatures of the wood had gathered, eager for news yet fearful of what it might portend for their home. "The ancient spirits are in grave peril," announced Leo gravely. "An evil sorcerer named Mordath steals the magic from our forest by night. If he is not stopped, all will fade to shadow and gloom." Lily bowed her silvery head. "Friends, the task before us is great. Mordath wields dark powers we have never faced. But if we stand united, there is hope we can defeat him." An owl fluttered down to perch on Leo's broad shoulder. "What is your plan, brave guardians?" Leo looked to Lily, who nodded. "We must lure Mordath from his lair at moonrise," he explained. "While some divert him, others will undo his fell enchantments over the spirits. But we will need potions to weaken his sorcery." The rabbit families offered herbs from their warrens. Hedgehogs and moles dug out rare mushrooms and fungi. Under Lily's guidance, mixtures were brewed in golden seal-lined acorns. "Our magic may foil his, given time," murmured a badger. "But you must also arm yourselves." The badger clan's spellcasters enchanted vines and branches to wrap Mordath fast should he resist. Bees worked nectar into a honeycomb to soothe any wounds. As dusk fell, all was prepared. "Courage, friends," neighed Lily softly. "With our wits and unity of purpose, the dark days will pass. Now let wisdom and mercy guide our paws and hooves this night, that peace may be restored to our beloved wood." Under Leo's tactical mind and Lily's valiant heart, their diverse allies blended into a cohesive force. As shadows lengthened among the trees and nightingales filled the gloaming with song, hope flourished once more in the glade. Their time had come to take back the fading light of their beloved forest homeland. Chapter 5. The Final Battle. Under cover of dusk, Lily and Leo's allies stole unseen into the shadowy glades of the forest. As the silvery crescent moon rose, the guardians and their most stealthy scouts set out to locate Mordath's lair. It was not long before Leo's sharp ears detected an ominous chanting emanating from a gloomy hollow. Peering through knotted brambles, they spied Mordath standing amid shimmering runes, his hands wreathed in coils of magic that seeped like tendrils into the permeable veil encircling the spirits. "Now is the time, my friend," whispered Lily. At her signal, swarms of busy bees rose in a droning cloud to descend upon the sorcerer. As Mordath waved his hands angrily to disperse the insects, a squirrel darted in and snatched away his ebony sorcery staff. With his power disrupted, Lily and Leo crashed through the thicket. "Dark One, your reign of shadows ends here," challenged Leo boldly. Mordath howled in rage, unleashing bolts of magic which the lions evaded nimbly. From the trees, potions rained down to further dissipate Mordath's fell enchantments. As vines lashed around his robed form, hedgehogs and rabbits scampered beneath to plaster him in itching stings. Distracted, his rune circle flickered and dissolved, freeing the spirits at last. Renewed in strength, the spectral beings surrounded Mordath in a whirling chromatic vortex. "You who despoiled our sacred grove now feel the bite of ages," they cried as the maelstrom crackled. Mordath shrieked in anguish as millennia of accumulated magic was turned against his corrupted soul. From the whirlwind burst only a wisp of vile smoke, which dissolved on the breeze. All was silent but for the sighing trees. Color and music returned to the glade once more, as dawn's rosy light filtered through whispering leaves. The forest spirits smiled fey smiles of gratitude upon Lily and Leo before fading quietly back into the wood. Peace had been restored to the enchanted forest, and Lily's kind heart and Leo's brave determination would be remembered in the timeless pages of its protected legacy. Their mission was complete, and with joyful hearts, the noble guardians returned at last to their glen, where celebrations would long resound in tribute to their courage and friendship's triumph over darkness. The end. As the stars twinkle above, it's time for dreamy tales to bid you good night. May the soothing echoes of our stories linger in your dreams, offering you a serene escape. Until we meet again under the moonlit sky, sleep tight and sweet dreams.